how truly vulnerable we are as renters until my water was shut off this morning. No warning, no explanation, no accountability at all, and no shame, just silence. And then I found out that dozens of my neighbors were going through the same exact thing. So I live in a neighborhood managed by Invitation Homes. And if you don't know who they are, they're one of the largest corporate landlords in the US. They're huge. They buy up single family homes and they rent them out like they're running a chain of fast food restaurants. Everything was kind of fine. I haven't had an issue in a while until today. When I went to turn on the faucet to brush my teeth, nothing came out. No water to shower, no water for my dogs, no water to cook, clean, flush, and with no warning at all, just gone. I'm thinking maybe it's a plumbing issue. But then I find out it's not just me, it's my whole entire neighborhood or half of my neighborhood. My neighbors are all scrambling, trying to figure out what's going on. And that's when we learned that the water was shut off by the city because our landlord neglected a legally required safety test. This isn't just a water issue, it's a wake up call about how easily our basic needs can be ignored when no one's held accountable. The water was shut off because of a missed backflow test, something that's been neglected for 2 years. And this is my second year living here as a tenant. Now, if you've never heard of backflow testing, you're not alone. I didn't really know what it was either. So, backflow happens, it is just as gross as it sounds, though. Backflow happens when dirty water like sewage, pesticides, or chemicals flows backward into the clean water supply. That can happen during a pressure drop, like during a water main break or fire hydrant use. So, to prevent that, cities require homes to have backflow prevention devices, and those devices need to be tested annually by certified professionals. So, it's not really just a technicality, it's a public health issue. So, when landlords skip this, they're breaking the rules and putting people at risk. And in our case, they didn't do it for just a year. They did it for 2 years. And I don't even know if I only know of that because I've only been here for a second year now. Here's where it gets even worse. Invitation Homes knew this needed to be done, but they hired one technician to handle 72 houses. That person only got through 22 in a week, which means about 50 homes, including mine, got left out. And the city, they had no choice. They shut off the water because it's the law. Yep, let that sink in. We're paying rent on time, or at least I know that I am doing everything right, and we're being punished for something they failed to do. And I wish I could say that it is, but it's not a one off. Invitation Homes was already forced to settle a lawsuit for deceptive practices, and this happened just last year. They were hit with a $3.7 million settlement for charging legal fees, failing to maintain properties, and basically treating tenants like walking dollar signs. When you rent, you're told it's easier than owning, right? That it's maintenance free, but what they don't tell you is that you lose all control and you're at the mercy of someone who doesn't really care. And when something goes wrong, all you can do is hope that the landlord decides to care. You worry about retaliation if you complain, or at least I do. You hesitate to report problems because you're afraid that they'll raise the rent or not renew your lease. You're scared that if you rock the boat, you'll end up homeless. And meanwhile, they're sitting on millions in profit, cutting corners on basic safety checks. But here's what I've learned: when tenants don't talk to each other, landlords win. When we stay quiet, they keep getting away with it. So this time, I'm not going to stay quiet. Well, to be fair, I'm not really one who stays quiet or forgets to address these types of things. But this time, I am willing to take this pretty damn far because I'm very sick and tired, and they're putting the whole neighborhood at risk. I've talked to neighbors, I've called the city, I've filed complaints, I've started documenting every call, every email, every time I've been ignored. We're organizing to get backflow testing scheduled for sure. And the water supplier is so desperately trying to help us. They feel really bad. But they've been desperately trying to help us that they are they're working directly with the backflow testers, which is the responsibility of my landlord. But more than that, we're organizing to demand real change. If you're watching this and dealing with a slumlord, corporate or private, here's what you can start doing today to help yourself. Document everything. Keep records, take photos, save emails. In this day and age, that should not take you more than a few minutes to do. Also, talk to your neighbors. You'll be shocked how many are dealing with the same exact thing. Know your rights. Google your city's tenant laws. Call your housing authority. Report violations. Don't assume someone else will. In fact, try to encourage other tenants to do it too. The more voices you have, the louder you'll be. Don't be afraid to escalate. Class action suits happen when enough people speak up. When I first moved in, I thought to myself, well, if something goes wrong, I'm really glad that this company has their shit together. I'll just call the after hours line, file a ticket maybe. But now I realize that this system is not built to protect tenants unless that we demand to be protected. And yes, it is exhausting. It shouldn't be our job to hold billion-dollar corporations accountable. It almost sounds impossible. But until laws change, we have to learn how to protect each other. And that's how we win. Not by waiting for help, but by showing up for our neighbors, by saying, hey, I'm going through this too. Let's do something about it. So in my neighborhood, we have a private Facebook page as well as the Ring neighborhood app that we use for communicating with one another. I occasionally text neighbors, but that's normally just the people that live next to me on both sides. That's how class action lawsuits get started. That's how laws get rewritten. That's how change actually happens. So if your landlord is dodging responsibilities, if you've had mold, plumbing issues, those are very popular issues that most tenants have. Surprise fees or just straight up neglect, speak up. You are not alone. You are not crazy. And you're definitely not powerless. Even if our state laws make sure that we feel that way sometimes. These companies depend on you feeling isolated. Don't give them that. Let's normalize talking to our neighbors. Let's normalize documenting. Let's normalize fighting back with facts, receipts, and community power. And that is all I really have to say about today. I am exhausted. I have not showered. I have no idea how much longer I'm expected to go without running water. Um, it's pretty gross. I just ordered a ton of water, but definitely not enough to bathe with. So there it is, all my water. And all of this is extremely frustrating. I'm very, very frustrated and tired. If you've had a similar experience, share it in the comments, please, because this isn't just about water or our basic needs. It's about our dignity, and we have to protect that at all costs. So, anyways, until next time, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.